All right, let's do some metronome stuff first. So I would recommend grabbing a pick because at least for me it makes it easier and when I'm doing single note things, and tonally it helps me at least to have all the notes have the tone that I want them to have. So it helps the tone to be a little more even, but you can certainly do all of this stuff with the finger and whatever. So what we need is a metronome, and I have an online metronome, and all I did was just Google or whatever internet search engine. I typed in online metronome. I used Google, and typed in online metronome, and boom, it just pops right up on the search page, and I don't even have to go to a website or anything. It's just there. So turn it on, and okay, I'll turn it up a little just so that it's nice and clear and loud when I start playing, so you can really hear the metronome. Okay, so what we're going to do is just some really basic exercises, okay, working with the metronome, and we'll get a little more and more advanced because I have a song lesson that I'm going to do that you really need to play some stuff with a metronome, and it's I think a little slightly more advanced than just a basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of a thing. It's not too hard though. So we'll start with the very basic, okay, and all we're going to do is just on one string, okay, let's say on the C string, I'm going to play the first fret with my first finger, second fret with my second finger, third fret with my third finger, fourth fret with my fourth finger, just the very basic kind of a thing. So what I'm going to do is just play 1, 2, 3, 4, along with the clicks. Okay, so I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to repeat it a couple of times. So I'll be playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on each click. Okay, so if the clicks represent the beat, then we're playing quarter notes in 4/4 time, say. So each click is one beat and one note that you pick. Okay, so we're at 94 beats per minute, but you can adjust whatever when you're practicing. So, okay, so that's 94. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So easy, right? Excellent. So now what we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3, 4, then go to the next string, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we start on the C string, and we're playing first, second, third, fourth frets. Then we go to the E string and play first, second, third, fourth frets. Then we go back to the C string and play first, second, third, four. Then the E string again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to just go back and forth between those two strings a couple of times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so right before the last time through, I got slightly off on the beat, but then sort of corrected. But that's fine, you know, that's why we're here, we're trying to learn everything. So that's pretty simple. Okay, now we're going to try something where we're going to play not on every single beat. Okay, so we're going to play, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to play on the C string, 1st fret, 2nd fret, and then 4th fret. Okay, and I'm sticking with my 1st, 2nd, and 4th fingers because that's just good technique to have to get used to. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, easy enough, right? Excellent. Now we're going to mix things up a little bit, okay? And I'm going to slow it down a bit. So, let's put it on 80. Okay, so now we're going to play eighth notes and, eighth notes at 80 beats per minute. 2/8. So now we're going to do eighth notes. So that means we're going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so actually let's stay on the one string, the C string, and play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So the 1 is the 1st fret, and you're going to play the 2nd fret. 2, you're going to play the 3rd fret, the 2nd beat, and you're going to play the 4th fret. I think that's making it more confusing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, that's all there is to it. Don't try to overthink it too much. It's really simple. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and I messed up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that makes sense, right? You know, I'm going to slow it down a little more, just so that we're not going like all crazy. So 72. Okay. Now we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay. And you might find that that is a little bit easier because now every time we do it, when we play it through a couple of times, that note, the starting note, is going to be 1, and 2 is always going to be that note, and 3 is going to be that note, and 4 is always going to be that note. So instead of being 1 and 2 and 3, now that starting note is 3. And then what used to be beat number 2 is now beat number 4. It just makes it a little confusing, okay, just counting wise. But here we are, and we'll do the 2 strings. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so pretty simple, right? Awesome. Now we're going to kind of go up another notch, okay? And we're going to play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what I'm playing is 1st fret, 2nd fret, skipping the 3rd fret and playing the 4th fret, just like we did a couple of exercises ago. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? So we're skipping the 2 and the 4, but we're playing the 1, the and, skipping the 2, the and, the 3, the and, skipping the 4, and the and again. So, let's do it. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and So you'll notice a couple of the notes I'm playing are not on the beat. That's because they're in between. And what's a little tricky is it goes 1 and 2. That's a click, but you don't play. Okay, so now we're not playing on a click. And then you play in between 2 clicks. And then you play on a click, in between 2 clicks. You don't play the click. Then you play in between 2 clicks. Okay, so it gets really confusing if you try to think about it and actually kind of map it out like I just did. But if you just play it, it's not so bad. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so now what you can do is you can make up stuff. So let's say that you're going to do like 1 and then 2 and 3 and then 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So I'm skipping the and after the 1. Okay, you could do like a reggae type beat. I keep kind of looking off camera because I'm like thinking, I'm like you could do like a reggae type beat where you're playing on all of the ands. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, you can mix it up, you can do all kinds of things. So that's kind of the point that I want you to do. Make up some things, make up some patterns and play them to a metronome. And then what you do is you practice them, okay, and you can start to speed them up. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's at 72. So 76. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 83. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then faster and faster. Let's see. 102. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and then I lost count. I was doing it and I kept saying it and I sort of realized I was running out of breath, and as soon as I thought like, oh, I have to breathe on the next time that I don't play a note, then I thought about it for a second and lost where I was. So, but anyway, so, you know, but what you can do, don't even think about it, don't even say it, don't even, it should just start to become second nature. You should just start to do it and play it and feel it rather than having to count it. So. So I'm just really feeling it. Without really needing to think about it or count it out or anything like that. Okay, so with all of this, make up your own stuff, practice with a metronome, then you'll be ready for the next song for the next lesson.